All right, here we have our new to us. It's a 2009 Chevy Tahoe. It's got 238,000. I can't remember miles on it. Anyways, it's got some issues. Overall, the body on it's not too bad. It's got its fair share of little paint chips and dings, and the moldings are peeling off. We're gonna have to redo them. The interior's not too bad. We've got to clean it yet, oil the hinges up. Got to do some dash repair on it, like all these did. But overall, the seats aren't ripped. They just need some cleaning. I think the only rip, if I remember right, somewhere, oh, right here. That's the only rip that I found on the interior. It's just going to take a lot of cleaning. Anyways, we're going to see what we can do for it. The rear door speakers don't work, so we'll be digging into that. We may add a rear entertainment system. We don't know what we're doing with this. We actually bought it to flip it. Oh, there's the other bad spot. We'll order a new armrest, but we bought it to flip it. We're looking for another Suburban. This came by cheap with a transmission on the way out, and needing a whole lot of cleaning. All right, we're inside the Tahoe right now. We're going to try and pull it. The transmission it'll pull until it gets warm, and then it quits pulling. So we're going to pull up to another spot in the yard right up here, and where I can fit my fat belly underneath it, and we'll crawl under there and drop that pan. So I'm going to turn you around, and we'll give it a cold start, and we'll go from there. All right, here we go. You can hear that transmission pump. I don't have a whole lot of hope for it. And we've got several issues. According to the scanner, it's got a wheel bearing going out. It had a bad brake light switch whenever we picked it up. I took it apart and cleaned it and got it where we could shift it. And it wasn't going into four-wheel drive, but after I did that, it's locking into all the gears. We're going to pull right up here, kind of a little hump. Give me a little belly room. There we go. Anyway, let's see if I can pull up the mileage on this. If I can remember how. It's got 238,787 miles on it. The motor actually seems pretty good. It's holding good oil pressure. It doesn't seem to overheat. We've actually had it running quite a bit. But anyway, it's got little things, the chrome's flaking on the door handles on both sides. Amy actually cut her finger on that one yesterday, so we'll have to see what we can do about it. So the worst part on the interior is the dash. All this year model, well, not necessarily this year model, but the 07 to 14s had this dash in them. They all seem to crack. Anyway, that'll be another video coming up. We'll pull the dash out of it and see about that. And it's missing the clips down here. It holds the knee panel up. Anyways, we'll pull that out and see about trying to get it all. We'll plastic weld it back together or something. I don't know what we'll do to it yet. I hadn't decided, but we'll get the dash looking good. And the headliner just needs a little bit of cleaning. We'll try and clean it up. We're going to, the carpets are pretty dirty. As we'll have to, we've got a little shampooer anyways, we'll get in here and we'll shampoo it out. Scrub the seats down really good. The transmission ought to be warm enough that I think I'll crawl into there. We'll drop it down, drain the pan out, and may undo the line and run it just a little bit more and pump the converter out. But I want to get the pan down and look at the magnet and see how bad the magnet is. I'm going to take that key out. I done locked myself out of this once. But that'll give me enough room. If we end up keeping this thing, I think I'll order a 2-inch leveling kit and put in the front end. That front, for 4-wheel drive, that front air spoiler is pretty low to the ground. I don't want to rip it off just yet. Anyway, we're going to I'm going to go get my oil pan and we'll crawl under here and start draining this. Alright, I don't know if you can see this. This is a Tranny pan. As you can see up here, we've got a rear main seal leaking. So this transmission will be coming out regardless. But anyway, I'm going to try and undo this pan if I can around this muffler here and drop it down enough to start it draining. So I'm going to move the light over here and we'll see about getting these out. I don't have my tripod with me, my small one, so I'll get back to you once we have the pan off. You can turn the light on. Alright, it is draining. The fluid is pretty dark and it has a burnt smell to it. It's not a horrible burnt smell, and it's kind of a dark honey color instead of red. As this thing's going to be a nightmare to get out. I may have to loosen the exhaust to get it down, but anyways, I just thought I'd show you. We'll be back here in just a few minutes. This is the magnet out of the bottom of the pan. And as you can see, well, it's covered in dirt, but yeah, that's a transmission shot. All right, at least I know now. I'm going to go ahead and pull the transmission and just replace it. Transmission in the Tahoe is completely burnt up. That was all the clutch material and torque converter material stuck on that magnet. So we ended up just ordering a new one through the local O'Reilly's. It should be here in about 2.5 weeks. And we will hopefully have a video of us shoving that thing in. We're going to try and borrow a lift from, I guess it's semi-friends somehow. I don't know. Anyway, we're going to try and use a lift if we can, and we'll get the transmission shoved in there. So, like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.